Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukutali.
A jolly good morning to you and welcome to Newsline, live from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo. And joining me this morning is, as I said before, the inimitable Bandula Jayasekara. How are you?
Good morning, and the brothers in blue are back
in arms together. And our guest this morning is Mr. Karunaratne Paranavitana, the Deputy Minister of Media and Parliamentary
Reforms.
Good morning, welcome to Newsline.
Good morning, Faraz. Good morning.
And so you're obviously the right person to ask this question. Why a constitutional assembly?
Yes, last election, it was the theme of the election, one of the themes. Country needed a constitution because given the political situation, right, we need democracy, stability.
Yes, that's the reform of the constitution.
Yeah.
But the current
assembly.
Yes, but the current constitution of Sri Lanka provides for the constitution to be amended under various conditions.
Yeah.
So why the need to rebrand Parliament as a constitutional assembly?
Actually this is kind of let me put it in this way. We are not rebranding Parliament as constituent assembly. We are going to have a full-fledged parliamentary committee to draft a new constitution. Actually, as a name, we put it as a constituent assembly, constitutional assembly. Yes.
Let me ask this question straight up then. Are you all fearful, is the Prime Minister perhaps fearful of going to the Supreme Court? Just in case it gets rejected again.
No, actually, anyway, this will go to the Supreme Court. People have the right to challenge whatever the.
And we will follow the 2/3 requirement plus the.
That's right. Actually, once this
plus the referendum.
Once this committee finalize the drafting activities, that draft has to be referred to the Parliament and necessarily the Cabinet. And in that stage, the people can challenge that. Then it has to be passed by 2/3 majority. Of course, if we are going to change some provisions in the constitution, which you can't change unless you have the mandate by the referendum, you have to go for that also. We are not going to touch all these things. Yes.
Right. So these things will happen.
This thing will happen if you are going to bring up new.
Is the former president supportive of this? It looks like the way.
Actually, I can see some news items that former President Mahinda Rajapaksa is selling. Supportive of that. He's I think stating that yes, country needed to change the executive presidency. He's supportive, I guess. Yes.
He said that JR then started this, so why not the UNP changes?
Yeah. If UNP suggesting that, why not we are supporting? That's what Mahinda Rajapaksa's recent argument.
So it's absolutely wonderful news when you have Mahinda Rajapaksa, who still remains quite popular.
Actually, he's still popular. By the way, if you look at the last parliamentary debate on this about the on procedures, all parties they were in they accepted, but with some reservation. What they asked, just accept our amendments. So I think this time Parliament will gather for this.
So good. So there you are. You have a straight-up answer from the Deputy Minister himself. There will be a referendum if needed, and there will be this 2/3 requirement.
It seems to me that our dear Prime Minister seems to be in a hurry. That's really what appears.
Well, it could be because age is catching up.
So I don't think so, Bandula, because actually last we have been campaigning for the new constitution from last year onwards. Now actually it was President's decisions that we should take up this matter with the 1 year completion of his tenure as in presidency.
So it's like you are saying that Prime Minister take it forward, but it's the President's
decision. It's the President's decision, yes.
Okay. So once more, Mr. Wickramasinghe is being driven by somebody else. And in this case, it's Mr. Sirisena who's taken the lead, and Ranil is following.
Both leaders are working together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He contested from Sirisena's party.
Now now tell me this.
Yeah.
You were in the SLFP.
Yes.
And then, for whatever reason, you left and you told your leader then, Mahinda Rajapaksa, that you were not happy and you were leaving. And then you joined another party, the UNF, which is a registered political party.
Yeah.
So when you join another party, doesn't your membership of the other party lapse?
It lapsed, yes. It lapsed.
So you are not a member of the SLFP now?
No more.
So you don't go to Dali Road for any meetings?
Never. That's my policy, because we had a reason to drop that party, because during President Mahinda Rajapaksa's after 2009, the way he conducted government apparatus, we were disturbed, disgusted and disappointed. We expressed our feeling in direct way. So feeling that he is not going to change it, we all decided to cross over with President Maithripala Sirisena. It was a straightforward decision, totally based on policy matters, and we are still stick to these policies.
A lot of people that I've spoken to, quite ordinary folks, tell me that it is not that they are angry with President Rajapaksa,
yes,
but more that they are profoundly disappointed that President Rajapaksa sort of didn't have the ability to say no to his children and to members of his family.
Yes.
That was his greatest feeling. Do you agree?
You are right and they are right, and that was my position also. Not only children, he was practicing very ugly nepotism. Yeah, that is one of the reasons as to take this decision.
Do you think that it would be? Can we describe Mahinda Rajapaksa? Can I describe Mahinda Rajapaksa as a Sinhalese chauvinist? Is that too much?
I think it is too much. The problem in this country, not only with Mahinda Rajapaksa, actually, since the independence, we are not able to create a nationalism of civic sense. We have ethnic nationalisms. Every ethnic group trying to create its own destiny, but not a common destiny. What we need is a civic nationalism, but Mahinda Rajapaksa also lost that. Actually, we are still yet to create that. Any leader will be fallen to that bad part, but it's our duty to create that sense of nationalism, civic nationalism we need. If you are not going to that, you can describe that man as chauvinist, that was fundamentalist, like that, all these things. But is it too much to say that is a single chauvinist?
But now the nepotism continues even in the present regime.
Yes, I can see that there are allegations. That's why we are here. That's why we are bringing in commissions to public service, judiciary, and if there are serious allegations, only the difference is now there is a system. You can bring culprit into book.
Talking about that, we have newspaper reports that when the president sent forward some development proposal for his area, it came back with a lot of detailed comments from the Ministry of Finance about the need to
on the road network.
On the road, well, they had a lot of guidelines that they reminded no less a person than the President of Sri Lanka that you needed to adhere to all sorts of guidelines. And that is a bit rich coming from that department, that ministry, because it is the same people who have awarded the outer circular highway, which I call the highway robbery, because we have a there was no tender procedure there. And that comes back on the back, Mr. Karunaratne, of a memorandum sent by the Prime Minister to ministries that unsolicited bids as a matter of policy must not be entertained. And yet a few days afterwards, they award a contract on the outer circular highway to the same contractor who was previously accused in the manifesto of being 90% corrupt, 10% job.
That has been actually, if it is the case, it needs serious intervention, observation by the President and the Prime Minister. In that case, I don't have details about that, but Polonnaruwa area needs development. It has been neglected for.
Yes, we are not doubting that. What we see is a double standard. There's one standard when one lot, as in led by our dear Prime Minister, in the award of the re-award of a contract on the outer circular highway, where tender procedure was blatantly ignored for whatever reason. And then it is the same people who are reminding the President of a need to adhere to national procurement guidelines and so on.
For us, I don't have details about it, but my clear position is duplicity should not tolerated. This we need a discussion on this. Yes.
The same way the central bank.
Yes, the central bank. I'm so glad you brought it up.
Normally you bring it up.
Normally I bring it up. But this again, we have our dear Prime Minister who told the country, and hopefully part of the democratic global community, that he is going to investigate all the bond transactions during the period of the Rajapaksa years, because he says that it was private placement. But on our program, we've had the former superintendent of the Public Debt Department who confirmed that this so-called private placement isn't really that, it's just another term. And the system that was used in the Rajapaksa years actually started in 1998. That is when they went
way back.
Way back. That's when they started this whole thing. Now, even the last bond done by this government was done in the similar manner.
If that's so, that's what I'm saying, that you have to seriously intervene into that. Personally, I believe that Prime Minister in good heart is going to keep the government apparatus in transparent manner, avoiding duplicity. We'll see. I don't have much details about these things. Finance Minister is doing.
That's right. But I mean, I don't think there are many people. I think there are a lot of people who will subscribe to the view that the Prime Minister isn't doing a deal because he's not the type, and he's unlikely to do a deal to buy Maitri diamonds and whatever.
What is that?
The Prime Minister is so-called, he enjoys a Mr. Clean image. But that is not enough. Democracy must be seen to be, like justice, must be seen to be done.
It's seen to be done, yes.
And in this case, I'm afraid, Mr. Karunaratne, it is clearly not being done. And it's a great pity, because Mr. Wickramasinghe poses as the champion of the democracy movement.
For me, I think he still maintains that good feature with him. But unfortunately, I don't have much details about these things.
He has the Mr. Clean image. That, I mean, is he trying to, or is he under obligation to cover up some people, or is he forced to, or do you think?
I don't think, because our mandate is clear. We are answerable to the country. We promote open government, transparent, and all these things. We can't move away from that what we pledge before the country.
But how is this coalition government? You all call it a national government. Even that, there was a bit of confusion on that. Let's call it coalition, because that's what it is, isn't it? It's joint government. How is that faring? It can't be very easy, can it?
It's not that easy. The political landscape of this country, not only this country, everywhere in the world, been now drastically changed. We can't understand using the traditional spectacles what is changing. Actually, this is total new phenomena. National government, we have been talking for years and years to form on the national government, but fortunately this time we were able to form one. This is new to political parties, new to the parliament, new to the bureaucrats and all these things. But we have been completed completed one successful year. So then we will hope for the best.
To examine the record after 1 year in office, do join us after this short commercial break.
Shaukat Ali.
Welcome back to Newsline, where our guest this morning is the Deputy Minister of Media, Mr. Karunaratne Paranavitana. Let's take this opportunity to ask you, what's happening with the right to information?
Good question. Now it has been drafted, approved by the Cabinet, now referred to the consent of provincial councils. I can observe that two provincial councils, the Western Provincial Council and the Southern Provincial Council, they have given the consent, and we are expecting other provincial councils also would do same. Once that process completed, the draft will be referred to the Parliament, debated. I don't think there will be any resentment or much opposition for that. The RTI bill this time will be passed somewhere in February.
So it's quite a process when you have to go to all the provincial councils.
That is the lawmaking process of this country. Whatever the act or bill affected and has relevance to the provincial council, according to our lawmaking process, those piece of legislations must be referred to the provincial council.
Can't they accelerate this, like when they want concessionary vehicle permits and all that? They all get together and then they pass it very quickly. Can't you all do these things very quickly?
We did the same thing for us actually. Actually we did the same thing. We accelerated it. It was under the carpet it has been there for many years. Everyone tried to bring, and for some obstacles they kept it under the carpet. But since the election of our government last January 8, I as the media secretary, Honorable Gayantha Karunatilaka, we thought to accelerate it, and we reviewed all previous draft, and we appointed a body of consultants, and we quickly finalized all cuttings, T's and dotting I's. That also completed, and within 1 year actually we referred to the Attorney General Department. All these things done.
When will you pass it?
They all passed now. Only the question of adopting now. It will come back soon.
So things are happening.
Things happening. Yes.
Right. What are you going to do about the police spokesperson, Ruan Gunasekara? Disgraceful, taking the notebooks of our journalists. I wouldn't have given him mine, I can tell you that. I'm not giving my book away to anyone. This book is mine. Mine.
Don't give it to anyone.
I'm not giving it to anyone.
It's taken by force.
By force, and I'm going to sue him. What can they do?
I didn't expect from Ruan that kind of thing. He was a friend of media. We discussed this problem with Bandula also last time. Actually, I also feel that he was a little bit subjective on this matter, the police apparatus and all these things. But fortunately now, look at the other situation also. There was some resentment. He is handling the case and all these things. Ruan, he himself, I think, resigned from the inquiry process and all these things.
Don't you think that withdrawal sanctioned by IGP, but he shouldn't have taken part.
Don't you think, as a lawyer? Why can't he be given a punishment transfer? Why can't he be sent to Delft or some far outpost of this country? Because that's what happens to the others.
Is it that much serious offence? You feel that? Because, by the way, I think the IGP will take this matter seriously.
But I mean, Ruan, he has joined our programs. He comes across as a decent man. But here, as a media spokesman of the police, he shouldn't have done that to the journalists. That's too harsh when it comes from the media spokesman.
No one should be subjective, Bandula, on any issue who are having responsible posts, especially. I feel that Ruan lost his temper.
Are you? Is your background legal? Are you a lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer. My background is political science.
I see.
But also, Parane, for us now, look at this on to the headlines. The saga continues on this Enrique. Who's fooling whom in here? We need this.
Well, I think somebody's after getting brownie points.
Yeah,
somewhere.
but we don't need
These
this.
are all little titles, Bandula.
I don't think. I think it's time that bra saga, as it's called, is put to bed.
Yeah.
But there's more important matters. What about this lady, this woman from Embili-Pitya?
Yeah.
She's from your area, isn't she?
Actually, it's a very unfortunate incident for us. Actually, Embili-Pitya is not my hometown, but Palmadulla is my hometown. That widow is from Palmadulla. We know them. Very, very sad situation. Now the serious inquiry is going on this issue. We'll hope the justice will be done soon, not denied, and not delayed.
Yeah.
And also for us, sometimes I think, Hirunika is correct. If the police, there's no support from police, what do people take the law to their hands? There's no help for the ordinary masses. Now, this widow said, if not for the media, this shouldn't have come out. She thanked the media for this.
She thanked media, yes.
But I mean, this business is of taking the books. I'm going back to it because apparently it was returned minus the pages that mattered. This is
Notebook.
Now, in the matter of Lasantha Wickramatunga's case, some of the notebooks or some papers which were there previously mysteriously disappeared. This doesn't augur well.
This is highly unbecoming, I must say. Yeah.
It doesn't augur well, because there are policemen who are trying to do an honest day's work, and it's bad reflection on them when these matters are carried out. It's very high-handed.
There are good cops and bad cops, but the good cops get a bad
that's what
name.
I can't believe that Ruan did this thing, because he actually, for me, he was a good officer, good with media personals and all these things. That's why I'm telling that you, in whatever difficult situation, you should not be subjective.
But Parana, can he go and address the media tomorrow and say, okay, I'm the police spokesman, will the media respect him, will the media believe him? There is a problem there.
We'll see in next videos. Yes.
He'll have to be very, very sorry if the media is going to believe him again. It's unforgivable what he's done.
It's up to him, and actually the police media spokesman post, that post is totally decided by the IGP. Time to time, we have worked with several other media spokespersons also. That is police department work. Yeah.
Do you think Bandula, that that ASP Ruan should do a Marapana and resign?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that will augur well. And also then we had the previous police spokesman, Ajit Rohana, later said, I was asked to say this, I was asked to say this. You can be the spokesperson, but you should not be a mouthpiece.
But
there's a difference there.
But isn't that the job of the
Yeah, but then you don't say that, So you say you can be without it. You can be the spokesperson, but not a mouthpiece.
The police department has to keep its good image. So I hope that they will take necessary action.
And since for us, but the Deputy Minister was saying that there's a police commission, people can complain. But the problem is that people are unhappy because these police officers are only transferred. They want them to be punished.
Actually, as the initial phase of the inquiry, you have to transfer them. Imagine that the police officers who face this allegation are still serving in the Embili-Pitya police station. You can't have fair inquiry. At the first step, you have to transfer them. That has been done. That is must.
But what happened to those Sayas, those Kotadenia, the police people? They were transferred, but they punished. There's no news of them, The policeman who tortured that student. Nothing is
the bringing justice is a slow process in this country. There's a weakness, but we have to there is a saying that justice delayed, justice denied.
Well, on average, I have the statistics on this. On average, each year 900,000 cases are postponed within the court system carried forward to the next year.
Next year.
But we also did a small study on this, and found that if only the courts worked for just 2 more hours every day,
That suggestion
that
actually
40% reduction in the
very good
backlog.
suggestion. When we were debating the Justice Ministry, the budgetary bill provision committee stages, several members suggested that to extend the working period of the, as you suggested, 2 more hours. Actually, that under consideration now in the ministry and the judicial setup now. Yeah, very good suggestion. Actually, that's one way of to get rid of this problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we also suggested to the Minister of Justice that he should perhaps introduce an online payment of fines, because then you don't need, you get caught using your phone, you know what the penalties are, and it's so easy to get them to use it. There's almost a sort of perverse pleasure in getting you to use your own phone to pay, and then that you could reduce that figure even more, another 120,000 a year.
I can recall that police department also again was discussing to make this kind of payment on traffic offence and all these things. Yes, it's a good suggestion. You have to use the technology.
And we want to ask you another question here. We would just have to go back to MR.
To
Mahinda Rajapaksa.
me?
No, I just want to ask you.
Yeah.
Now, is it true to say that he is very popular still?
He's a popular leader. He's a popular leader.
Is he going to join Maithripala?
Actually, in some cases, he is supportive President Maithripala Sirisena's government. As we discussed earlier, also he is supportive of this constitutional making process and all this. But I don't think he will straightforward join Maithripala Sirisena. But he's now a member of parliament. But we call him president still. He's a popular leader. But now the SLFP with President Maithripala Sirisena.
But is Chandrika blocking Maithripala Sirisena and Mahinda Rajapaksa getting?
I don't
is she
think
blocking. There is anger comes out from her.
I don't think so. It was President Chandrika did a lot to make Maithripala Sirisena as the president in this country. She is still supportive.
No, what I'm saying, is she blocking Mahinda Rajapaksa and Maithripala Sirisena coming together?
I'm using up all the last few seconds to get you to answer this question.
But actually, I
no?
No. I have no right to speak on SLFP matters now.
Diplomatic answer.
On that note,
I'm not belong to that party, no.
on that note, Mr. Karunaratne Paramavitana, thank you very much for being on Newsline this morning. Thank you, Bandula. And the final proof of greatness lies in being able to endure criticism without resentment. On that note, we'll wish you a good day. Take care and God bless.